after 100%ing the newest Super Mario Bros. Game, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, I thought it was about time to go back and play the last Super Mario Bros. Game, New Super Mario Bros. U. Initially released in 2012, I've been meaning to come back to this one for a long time. I loved the game when it first came out, loved the DLC, and coming back to it after so much time, it's really, really interesting because seeing how people treat these games, the new Super Mario Bros. Games, and maybe 2D Mario as a whole, seeing how people treat Wonder, like you would really think Super Mario Bros. Wonder is like a step above what Nintendo was doing with the new Super Mario Bros. Games. You would think that Super Mario Bros. Wonder was like one of the best 2D platformers ever made, that it was like some phenomenal thing. And that is true, right? There is no denying that Super Mario Bros. Wonder is fantastic and one of the best games in the series, and is well deserving of the praise. However, a lot of people have been making this incorrect statement that like the new Super Mario Bros. Games were bad, they were boring, they were repetitive, they were uninspired, that they didn't have a lot going on creatively, that they didn't evolve very much, that they were just rehashes of one another. And that has always been a statement that I have taken a lot of issues with, because if you actually play every single new Super Mario Bros. Game, as I have, like you'll see the crazy amount of differences. Like try jumping between New Super Mario Bros. On the Nintendo DS 2006 to New Super Mario Bros. U on the Wii U, right? See how much like the mechanics have evolved, how much has changed. Like multiplayer's in there, right? Like remember when you could never play a Mario game with another person? Now you can play it with four people. Like, oh, but that was introduced in Wii. Yeah, that was my point. Is that throughout these games, Nintendo introduced these crazy concepts, these mechanics that just led to these amazing video games, right? That just were phenomenal. And it's weird to me, like seeing all the praise Super Mario Bros. Wonder gets for its creativity, for its level design, for its structure, for its boss fights, for its secret exits and stuff like that. When really, from a pure gameplay perspective, New Super Mario Bros. U is not all that different from Wonder. The main thing about Wonder is that it has a different art style and it has like zany out there like Wonder effects, right? Fundamentally, the games aren't that different. Like Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a new Super Mario Bros. Game. Just like new Super Mario Bros. Games weren't necessarily better or worse than like the NES or NES games or Super Mario Bros. World, Super Mario World, or the Game Boy games. Like Wonder is not significantly better or worse than the new Super Mario Bros. Games. There are plenty of things that new Super Mario Bros. U does better than Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I do think, funnily enough, the game is more challenging, which is really interesting, especially if you factor in the DLC, which is also something people don't really talk about, how good the new Super Luigi U DLC actually is, right? And of course, like maybe we'll get an expansion for Super Mario Bros. Wonder as well. Maybe, I doubt it, considering Nintendo's current base trajectory. But like, uh, when you look at Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. U, when you actually play it, like I was shocked at how much I've been playing it over the past couple of days. I bought it like I think the day before Christmas. I've been playing that and some other game, which I will be doing a full review on. Uh, and playing these obsessively. Harvest Moon 64, I've been playing a lot, and I was like shocked when I realized like, wow, New Super Mario Bros. U is one of the better games I've played this year, right? And this is a game that a lot of people write off, a lot of people try to say is bad, that Blue Muppets love just shouting to the heavens about how bad these games are. But in reality, the games are perfectly good, right? They are very enjoyable. They are highly replayable. They are a lot of fun with other people. I've always said this. I don't know if I've ever said this on the channel, but like I prefer New Super Mario Bros. U to 3D World, which is a lot more popular and probably for good reason. But like as an actual hardcore platforming fan, someone who's played a lot of this stuff, like I think New Super Mario Bros. U is better than that. I think New Super Mario Bros. U is better than Odyssey. I think it's better than like a lot of Mario games, right? Like it might be my favorite New Super Mario Bros. Game, right? That or the original, right? Like I like the pipe cannons and like the animations and like the designs. Like so many people like trash talk the new Super Mario Bros. Designs that like I think a lot of people don't understand just how good they actually are. Right? Like I've been hearing this ever since I was a kid. Like, oh man, the enemies dance to the music. You can't take them seriously. These are serious art. This is a serious army led by Bowser who are trying to stop Mario. You can't take them like it was a very it was very similar to what happened with Paper Mario Sticker Star, right? Where this game has a lot of really good, genuinely innovative mechanics that are downplayed because of people who take this stuff way too seriously, right? Who think Nintendo should make Mario like grim and mature, right? It's a big reason why The Thousand Year Door is such a beloved classic in that regard, even though like it's about the same level of quality as Paper Mario Sticker Star, right? Is because of just this obsession with just like making this children's media more mature because these people are man children and can't really accept that there is a place in video games for basic platformers like this, right? Like there's been this very stubborn thing that I think has persisted even with the release of Super Mario Bros. Wonder to kind of dismiss the 2D Mario games as being like a relic of the past and obsolete and not all that interesting or engaging. And I think with like the new Super Mario Bros. Games, like especially around like the two and the youth period, like there was this mindset seemed to have taken hold of the population. Like I saw a lot of people specifically say that they weren't going to pick up a Wii U because New Super Mario Bros. U just like more of the same. And it really wasn't. And especially considering it was launching alongside like other more innovative games. Pikmin 3 came out later in 2013. The Wonderful 101 came out in September. You had like 3D World come out at the end of the year. Like New Super Mario Bros. U was heavily downplayed. I would argue one of the most downplayed games ever produced, right? Because this is a game that's gone on to sell like over 20 million units on like probably a shoestring budget that was talked down to by critics and by fans, and yet over the past decade has generated not only legions of fans who grew up with it, but like the success of this game has led into the development of Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the best game of 2023, right? Like this game is directly responsible for why Super Mario Bros. Wonder was as good as it was. And a lot of people are trying to talk down about New Super Mario Bros. To that effect. Like I've seen a lot of people like try to call Super Mario Bros. Wonder New Super Mario Bros. 5, right? That's been like a narrative that I've seen pushed around like Sean Malmstrom's blog and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people like try to like pretend as if like Super Mario Bros. Wonder is like one of the worst platformers ever made, alongside the new Super Mario Bros. Games. But this is a narrative that has not stuck. And what's funny is that like the gaming community is really having trouble like wrapping their minds, their little tiny like PC gaming minds around the fact that like Mario games are popular, that people like this stuff, that it does sell well, that people do come back for more, that people do enjoy it, that this is one of the first video game franchises that a lot of people play, right? Like there's such like this pervasive narrative that 2D Mario is bad, that it doesn't sell platforms, when in reality it really does. It is an extremely popular thing. And yet we are in this weird era, hopefully like in the decline of this narrative, that where people are still trying to pretend as if these 2D platformers aren't impressive, right? They're still trying to pretend these games aren't good, that they're not exciting, that they don't deliver, that they don't do anything. When in reality, these are honestly some of the best games ever produced, right? They're better than The Last of Us. They're better than God of War 2018. They're better than Horizon Zero Dawn or Baldur's Gate 3 or any of the things that like the flavor of the month games that you throw at the wall just hoping something is going to stick, that something is going to be more popular than Super Mario Bros. And it just isn't going to happen. The reality is Super Mario Bros. Is extremely lucrative, extremely successful, extremely popular video game franchise that you will never, ever be able to downplay as long as it remains as good as it is.